When planning wedding in Israel, you have to think about, first of all, when the date is very crucial money-wise. When you're planning a wedding in the winter time, for Israeli weddings, normally it's much cheaper than the summer weddings. It really depends what you're looking for, whether you're looking for getting married outside or inside. In Israel, most of the months are quite warm. So it's very comfortable. From April till November, you can do a wedding outside and enjoy the weather. It's very comfortable and convenient for people that are coming from Europe, for example, and still enjoying. It's not the high season like July or August money-wise. And also the weekdays are much cheaper than, for example, Thursday. Sunday, it's one of the most expensive days, and normally when you're abroad, you're getting married in the weekend. From my experience, I've learned that most of the weddings are during the weekends when you're getting married outside of Israel. In Israel, most of the weddings are on Tuesday or weekdays. Sunday, it's an amazing day to choose for people that are coming from abroad. It's one of the cheapest days, but you get the same product, the same wedding in just less money.
Due to a comfortable peace situation that we have here in Israel, people feel more comfortable to come to plan the wedding and the simcha and come from abroad. Planning such a wedding, such an event, or a bar mitzvah or wedding in Israel, you should take into consideration high season also in a hotel, because you bring with you 200 or 300 guests. You have to give them accommodation, where to live and where to stay. So taking consideration, not putting them very close to August, that it's the high season of tourism here in Israel, and also during the Chagim, during the holidays, the Jewish holidays, you can find very high season, and it's going to be very hard to find rooms in hotels. EasyWed is a unique service that we invited in Israel 10 years ago. It's not a traditional wedding planner that you know back abroad. What we do here, it's more like tourist agency, let's say. Okay, we can help you to find the best places, the best venues, the best bands, the best photographer that suit you, that suit your budget, that suit what you want from your party, if it's a wedding or if it's a bar mitzvah. We know the market here, and so we can help the customers from abroad and from Israel to plan their own wedding. Okay, here in Israel, EasyWed makes around 1,500 weddings a year. It's a very big number, well known all over Israel.
When you are planning your wedding in Israel, most of the budget goes for the catering and for the venue. Also, the flowers and the design, even if it's something that you can see a variety of styles, it's something that mostly kind of expensive, because flowers is expensive. Music, DJ or band, the dress, normally it's a big expense as well. The photographer, the makeup and hair for the bride. That's most of the budget, but you have to think about the level of the food, of the catering, and the venue, the location. Central of Israel, probably it will be more expensive. If you go a little bit to the north or to Jerusalem or to the south a little bit, the prices are a bit lower. If it's a big wedding or a small wedding, it's also changing money-wise. And when is it? Is it summer? Is it winter? Which day of the week? That's all the varieties that are changing the budget.
All of the places, all of the venues in Israel are kosher. You can do it also blood kosher. So it makes the expense much lower than when you do it abroad. Also, the level of the food, the kosher food in Israel, is very, very high. You can find filet in the average dish, and it's not so expensive, and all your guests from abroad will love the food.
Also, the bar is very, very rich, and the standard is very high, and the variety of the drinks that are offered in the standard menu are very high. And most of our couples that come from abroad are always really surprised how rich is the menu, and are very happy about it.
Usually when we give the couples the inquiry about what's going to be the amount they're going to spend for the wedding, they just get shocked. They don't believe it's going to be so cheap. It's almost the same numbers, but just they have the shekels. So let's say if you come from the United Kingdom, you can pay less than a quarter for your wedding. If you come from the States, also the same. So the price is like, let's say, a very nice wedding in Israel can be around 200,000 shekels. That it's around less than 50,000 US dollars. You can have a for 50,000 US dollars, you can have a very rich, nice wedding for 300 people.
And sometimes the thought about organizing your wedding when you are abroad in Israel, it's a little bit frightening. It looks very far, and there are so many suppliers, so many venues, many decisions to take, and you don't know where you should start. My advice, first of all, is to sit down with your partner and to understand how many guests you have, when do you want to have the wedding. Most of the couples abroad are planning in a year in advance, so they have enough time to organize everything. It's a long time. So we need to know how many guests, the month, and also the style of the venue. If we want it in a green place, we want it near the sea, we should have a garden, etc. After we know more or less what is our needs and the expectations of the family, it's important as well. We should know which is the first step to take. My advice is to connect with a wedding planner organization or a producer that knows the field very well, and he can make many steps before you arrive to Israel. When you arrive to Israel, you already know which venues you're going to have a look, and the tastings, and to meet your suppliers, and to do all the practical steps while you are here. But all the preparation, it's best to do before you arrive.
Usually when we sit with couples from abroad, so we have the system. We contact them like 2 or 3 months before they come for a visit to Israel. And then we do conference, Skype conference. We send them links regarding the venue that we think that suit them. Then we make when they come to Israel, about 6 or 7 months, or 6 months or 1 year before the wedding, they have like a week. They do everything very quickly. They go to see the venues. They sign the contract. They give the advance pay, the first payment, and then they can go home, know that everything is closed in 1 week. Okay, that's the whole idea, that working with a company that can give you all this net of suppliers.
The best tip I can give for couples from abroad is to connect with a wedding organization company, because I think that's the only way you have a guarantee with whom you are working. Most of the companies makes hundreds of weddings a year. We do 1,500 a year, but you need the safety and the guarantee that the suppliers are professional and they know what they're doing, and I think that's the best tip I can give. It's much easier to do it with professionals that's their job than to do it by yourself, especially when you're out of the country.
I advise you to come to make your wedding in Israel. I think it's very nice. You could have a very nice weather. Also, your friends and family will love the atmosphere here. The weddings here in Israel are well known for the simcha and for the party that we know how to do it here in Israel. Come make your wedding here in Israel. Love to see you here.